nothing. Hey, how y'all doing? Hi, Jess. Hi, baby. My boo, looking like the queen. Oh, thank you. My nose is running though. Ugh. I hope you guys are doing okay. It's still hot as Hades. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hi, Eye of Crystal. Hi, Pink Ivy. Normally, I wouldn't blow my nose on the channel, but this is just ugh, ugh. I can't stop it. Hi, Prophetic Proverbs. Hi, Letha. Uh-oh, this thing is going wild. Wait a minute. Where is everybody? Okay. Really dope. Hi, really dope. Hi, Sean. Hi, Letha. Hi, Prophetic Proverbs. Hi, baby. Pink Ivy. Eye of Crystal. Just the best. Hey, Auntie. Okay. Welcome in. Okay, I think I caught everybody. Ooh, how y'all doing? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, my nose is just off the chain. This is so embarrassing. Oh, okay. Uh, how was y'all's weekend? I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I spent yesterday with Just the Best and the kids. Hi, Leo the Lion. Auntie, where can I see Diamond singing? She's on YouTube. Let me see if I can find that for you and tell you exactly what I found out. Because someone sent it to me. And if somebody else can get it before me, yeah, we did have fun, didn't we? If somebody can get that answered for Letha, I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna see what I can find out. Because somebody did send it to me. And that's not it. Man, I get so many emails and messages now, I can't hardly keep up with them. No, that's not it. Hi, Kevin. YouTube. It is on YouTube. I was trying to find the name. Oh, thank you, Letha. I was trying to find the name of the video. Oh man. Somebody sent it to me. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let me see. Maybe it's in an email. Somebody sent it to me. Oh, you found it? Oh, thank you, Jess. You are a lifesaver. Hey, Charles. How you doing? What's going on with you? Thank you, Jess. Thank you so much. You know I'm scatterbrained when it comes to technology. Okay, I don't see. There you go. There. No, that's not it. Okay. I don't see your text, Jess. But I'm glad you got it in there nevertheless. I'll look at it later. I did get a chance to see it though. Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Hi, Millionaires Code. Carlos, how you doing? Really dope. Of what video? Letha wanted to see the video of Diamond singing. And she did a wonderful job. Yeah, you could barely hear her, but I would imagine that was pretty emotional too. Broadcast Houston R&B. There you go. Thank you, Leo. Ugh. How you doing, Luscious L? Yeah, broadcast Houston R&B. That's it. Oh, so anyway, man, let's see. Diamond Stone falls apart while singing her mom's songs. That's the title. Good evening. Yes. Thank you, Let's Go Slots. You've been very helpful. See, we all family. We can all talk to each other. I'm not the only one up here that's supposed to know it all. Because I'm not a know-it-all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just learning this YouTube thing and all this stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. Thank you, Lawanda. We are here. Thank you so much. Y'all shout out your city. Shout it out, shout it out. Give me the temperature that you're at. What is the temperature where you at? I know it's hot as Hades here, but it ain't nearly as hot as other places, I'm sure. Yes, yes, we got, let's see. Y'all shout out your city for me and the temperature. And I'll try to get Dallas, Texas. You don't want to know. My sister in law, she just left back home to Dallas last night. 1,000,000 degrees. Exactly. That's how it feels, Jess. Philly is 70 degrees. Is it comfortable, Carmen? Is that comfortable for you? Sean Wright said it's 96 degrees in Orlando, Florida. Ooh, wee. When it gets 96 up here, it's time to go under the house. I mean, for real, for real. Not really. It's not that comfortable. Jersey City, 64 degrees. Okay. Okay. 64. Now, 64 here would be pretty decent. Not too hot. It would be cloudy, though. Luscious L says, I'm in Louisiana and it's hot. Yeah. Man, depending on where you are in the country. Prayera Carrington. 77 degrees in Baltimore County, Maryland. Pikesville. Okay. Nice to see you, Prayera. Did I say your name right? Prayera? Prayera Carrington? I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. I'm bad with names. Girl, Eye of Crystal for real. We gonna have to make that happen. Okay, good, Prayera. I'm glad I did. I try. I try. We need to make that happen. We need to do a kinfolk cruise. Do a kinfolk cruise. Auntie Mickey's kinfolk cruise. That would be so dope. That would be so dope. We would have so much fun. Incidentally, I'm still erasing them songs from yesterday's live. I've only erased 2 so far because it's a process. Auntie Mickey, it feels good here. I can't take the heat and I'm a summer baby. Oh man, I can imagine. Yes, Lawanda, we are family. Absolutely. But yes, Leo, I understand. You're a summer baby. Can't take that heat. I love heat, but when it gets to the point where my head is swimming and feel like I'm nodding off, that's a bad deal. That's a bad deal for me. I need to go lay down and stay down. But some people, they're really good with the heat. Auntie, I'm in Texas. You can fry an egg on the sidewalk. Ooh, wee. Ogumbanke. I do not want an egg from off of the sidewalk. But I can imagine it's hot enough. Hey, Satin Doll. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, my sister-in-law, she just went back home to Dallas. She left here at midnight. So she should be back home by now. But yeah, she loves it. And like me and my husband been talking about when we retire, we're thinking about, wait a minute, really dope said rest in peace. Sly Stone died? Oh my goodness. It's 76 here in Atlanta right now and rainy. Wow, 76 and rain. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. Sly Stone, man, he's one of the OGs, Lawanda. He let's see, let me think of a song that he did. Cuz he had a group. Larry Graham was his bass guitarist. Um Dang, I can't remember the rest of them. Yes, he's original. He was an original. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. If you haven't heard that song, I'm sorry. He was 82. Man, he hung there for a while because he kind of went into reclusiveness, if that's even a word. Everyday people. I am everyday people. Yeah, yeah. That's Sly and the Family Stone. Yep. Wow. That is so sad. I mean, 82. You can't beat that with an ugly stick, though. I mean, for real, for real. He lived a long life. Last time I remember seeing I think it was a documentary, and he was living in a camper, like a the kind that you can travel around. Absolutely, Eye of Crystal, good music. But he was living in a camper, a nice camper. But I think it was parked in front of his daughter's house. And rather than live inside the house, he said, "I prefer to stay out here." Man, he's a little different. He was a little different. Hi, pretty brown eyes. Pretty brown eyes. I see you. He got his royalties. Amen to that. Sly lives. Yes. Yes, y'all seen that. Auntie, I was watching Diamond sing just like her mom. Yep. She has a beautiful voice. She really does. And she got emotional. I can imagine singing her mom's music like that and how emotional, especially that song, No More Rain. Oh my God. That's my favorite Angie Stone cut. No More Rain. Rest in peace to the wife, children, and extended family of gospel great Bishop Norman Hutchins, who passed late last week. He sang songs such as Emmanuel that is often played during Christmas. I didn't know Norman Hutchins passed. What? See, you know what? YouTube has really taken me out of the loop of a lot of stuff. I had no idea. Wow. Yes, she did, Sheila. She did sound just like her mom. Every little roll, every little rip she did. She knows that song like the back of her hand. Wonderful job. Yes, sir. You should listen to Vertical Hold featuring Angie Stone. You talking about way back when she was in Vertical Hold, Eye of Crystal, after the sequence. Yeah, she was a member of Vertical Hold. Again, she was really, I mean, she's the mother of Neo Soul. She's the mother of Neo Soul. It started with her, um, Erica Badu. Lauryn Hill, all of these great neo soul singers have her to thank. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the YouTuber who lived his own. Oh boy, by another YouTuber. It's sad he and his wife are gone. Oh, wait a minute, Lawanda. Now that I ain't heard. To the YouTuber who lived his own unaliving by another YouTuber. Oh my goodness. You know what? This YouTube stuff is getting ridiculously out of hand. It really is. Did they say anything about why this happened? It's in the news. Okay. I haven't looked at the news in so much. I've been kind of peeping about um the stuff going on in Los Angeles with ICE. That's crazy. They're trying to deport people, and these families are you know, up in arms because a lot of those family members they're trying to deport are related to people that are illegally here. They were beefing. The other one turned himself in. What were they beefing about? Did they say, Lawanda? Hi, Kathy Mitchell. Good evening, Auntie Mickey. Hello, chat. Yes, pray for them here in Los Angeles. Exactly, because it is crazy in LA right now. He had other hits such as I'm on the battlefield fighting for the Lord. God's got a blessing with your name on it. Oh, I love that one. He pastored a church in Delaware and was on a book tour. Wow. Wow. 83 degrees in Raleigh. Wow, Desire. Wow. Did y'all watch Straw yet? Ooh, as a mother, that movie hit me. I haven't heard about it. Really dope. What's it about, sweetie? Straw? You said, I'm going to write this down. See, that's how old school I am. I can't retain nothing. Straw. And it's on Hulu. Did you say Hulu? Where was that at? Straw. Straw. Where is Straw at? Is it on Hulu? On Netflix? Hi, Simone. Hello, beautiful. So it's on Netflix. Okay. Straw on Netflix. And you said Taraji is in it? Okay. I got to check that out tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to answer all these. I try to keep up with answering emails and stuff like that, but it's getting overwhelming. Yeah, Netflix does have good movies, and so does Hulu. You started crying 5 minutes in. Oh, oh boy. A Tyler Perry movie. Well, of course. Well, Jess, we might be having to watch that together. I can't watch movies by myself if I'm going to get emotional. I have to have somebody to cry with. Go, I'm really bad about that. Tissues are definitely needed. Wow. I got to check it out. And normally I'm not a big, I used to be a Tyler Perry fan, but for obvious reasons, I've had to get away from him. Um, Taraji shares my birthday? Cool. She's a 9/11 baby too, huh? Hi, Marzella. Hello, my love. How are you? Good to see you today. So, Taraji is September 11th. Wow. Yes, we are going to cry like crazy, Jess. Man, if we didn't live so far apart, I'd come by tonight and watch it, but that's a long drive. Y'all should have seen me trying to drive home from Jess's house last night. I was like, oh, you watching BET Award? Old school. Okay, Charles. That don't surprise me, though. Charles, well, he be into that old school, huh? I'm with you, brother. I'm with you on that. I don't watch a lot of BET award shows anymore that, cover the rap and all that stuff because I don't understand half of the stuff they say nowadays. So, man, I'm going to definitely check out this movie tonight. Straw. Absolutely. I'm going to have to turn off my phone, though, because that's why I can't get much done. Between my phone, text messages. Is it good so far? Cool. Okay, Leo says, Auntie Mickey, my cousin's birthday is 9/11, and my middle daughter is 9/12. Okay, Virgos. One of my grandsons is 9/13. So we got a 9/11, 9/12, and 9/13. Did you guys see my grandson going to his prom and his daddy, his not his daddy's, his grandpa's uh red suit? That boy was cleaner than the board of hell. Pretty Brown Eyes said, my oldest son's birthday is 9/12. All right. All right. Wow. Hi, Dawn. How are you, sweetie? Oh, thank you, Letha. Yeah, that he looks just like his dad now. He looks a lot like his dad, and it's hard for me to see him sometimes because he reminds me of my baby. And he's that one there, the one in the suit. He's the one that was literally right next to my son when he slipped off the little flotation device. He was tethered to his daddy, and he watched him go down and couldn't grab him. That boy was 11 years old. Thank you, Luscious L. Thank you, Dawn Beard. That's why I say you guys pray for them boys because they've been through a lot. And, for them to see their dad go like that, it breaks my heart whenever I think about it. Yeah. Let's see. I am Crystal says, let's discuss reactions to the movie Straw, perhaps on my way Friday. Okay. How about we do that because Friday nights are game night. Remember that. So Friday nights are game night, and we can also discuss reactions to the movie Straw. Are you guys down for that? Thank you, Lady of Elegance. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Letha. His grandpa, my husband, that's the one that my husband is the go-to in the family. Whenever the young men need clothes to go to a funeral, a wedding, a prom, a dance, a tolo, anything, they go to him. He hooks them all up. Nephews, cousins, go to Uncle Barry's house. We gonna go to Uncle Barry's and get suited and booted. Hi, Carmela. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that Friday. We're trying to get together some new a new game to play. So stay tuned. Yes, yes. Yes, he is. He's into fashion, Charles. He is definitely into fashion. Him and his identical twin brother. They both like that. Hi, Auntie. Congratulations on him graduating. Yeah, my dad is close with my boys too. That is a blessing, though. It's really a blessing that we need more men to take an interest in these young men. Honestly, we don't have enough of that. And, unfortunately, some people don't feel that way. They feel like, times are different. We don't want that old mentality. But you know what? That old mentality is what got our people through some hard times. They need to understand. Got to get it together, leave it alone. Yeah. So anyway, what I wanted to say is that I've been working on a little project, kind of picking up where I left off last week. Please excuse my text mistake. Oh, I have Crystal. Don't worry about that. So, what I've done, and I know I'm not as well versed. I'm learning, but I want to find Jared. Oh, thank you. It's vintage. Yes. Hi, Wayne Sanders. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. He looks so handsome. I love to see the youth in their prom attire. Yes. I love seeing them dressed like that. Because when they're not in that prom attire, they just jerseys, shorts. But one thing that our youth have got to get back into, and that's respecting God's house. I don't mean to preach, but I come from a time when a young man entered the house of God, you take off your hat. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I'm seeing quite the difference. I'm hanging in there like a loose tooth. Good one, Wayne. Oh my goodness. But I don't know, have you guys noticed that too? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. The house of God is to be revered. And take off your hat. Matter of fact, I'm so old school. If you go into the house of God I mean, he says, come as you are. I understand that. Some of us don't have the attire that one would normally wear to church on a regular church Sunday. I understand going to church in whatever you have. But when I see somebody come to a funeral in some baggy jeans and a t-shirt and a stocking cap on their head, it's sad to me. Have I ever for Friday's game? Give me a Wayne, shoot me an email and map it out for me, and we can work that out. Is it never have I ever? That one? Exactly, Kathy. I was taught the same. I was taught a man removed his hat anytime they enter a room. You are absolutely right. And DJ Wilma, you are totally correct on that one. Some of the women's attire is disrespectful to God's house as well. And yeah, they say come as you are, but that don't mean you gotta come as a hoe. You don't gotta look like a hoe. You don't have to look like a thug. There are ways of entering God's house and being respectful. Okay, Eye of Crystal, it's mickeyjonesray@hotmail.com. MickeyJonesray @hotmail.com. You said, wait, stop. I already I said it already. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Tracy says, yes, I too am old school. These young kids are not taught by their parents who are also young. Exactly, Wayne. Tracy, I'm sorry. And then Wayne says, y'all speaking my language, talking proper etiquette and mannerisms. You're right. Kathy says, and what happened to a woman wearing a slip? Thank you. Yeah, what happened to that? People don't seem to realize a slip is to keep people from being able to see what you got going on down there. Even if it is just a shadow, they don't need to see that. Some people afford what they want to afford. If you were going out to the club, you would buy a nice outfit. Absolutely, Millionaire's Cove. Absolutely. They don't sell slips. Look, you know where you can buy a slip? They sell slips. They sell them at Goodwill. Yep, they do. They sell them at Goodwill. And pantyhose. They sell pantyhose too, but they don't want to wear them. That's just it. Yesterday was Pentecost, and some of the women had on the tightest dresses. I know. It's yeah, I love Jones. They do make slips. I mean, Tracy, they make slips. So there's no excuse. Yep, I agree with all of y'all. They have them at Walmart. They sell slips at Dillard's and Macy's. Me too, good vibes. I still wear a slip. They don't need to see nothing else. Use your imagination if it's that important to you. Okay. Holiness has left the Pentecostal church. Huh. Kind of done left the Kojic church too, quiet as it's kept. I remember there was a time you couldn't wear makeup to church. There was a time you couldn't wear fingernail polish. Remember the Clark sisters? Clark sisters, they came up that way. They had to be, I mean, they mama wasn't playing either. All of that was had to be natural. Auntie Mickey, I still wear my slips and shorts under my dress. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I agree, silence, but Kojic has their Kojic has their little organization that they want to they basically worship the same, I would think. These kid these kids think it's not the style. Exactly, Sean, no pants. You couldn't wear pants. You matter of fact, you better not go in church with no short sleeveless top on either. They were very modest. Very, very, very modest. And there's things that you can buy today and be very modern and still be modest. You don't have to show all of your stuff, your paraphernalia, as I call it. A nice pair of slacks and a shirt. I don't have a problem wearing pants to church. I really don't. Because modest to me is covering myself. Now, some people have taken that scripture about women wearing uh, the attire of men or something to that effect. They take that a little bit out of context because pants cover more than a dress. Did Eve wear a slip? Well, at first Eve wasn't wearing nothing until they did something they wasn't supposed to be doing. Then they found a something to cover themselves up with. These guys coming in church with their pants hanging under their butt. You're right, Simone. You're absolutely right. And we know the history of that, where that came from, that hanging under the butt thing. All of a sudden, I turn around, I'm seeing all these young men with the pants sagging up under their butt. And a lot of people don't know where that started. You still wear long dresses too, Leo? Me too. Ask Jess what I had on yesterday when I came out there. I had on a long black dress, and it was hot. That's right, Silence. That originated from jail. And it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out the rest from there. That was a sign. You wore your pants below your behind. That meant something in jail. We'll just put it like that. Good Vibes said I couldn't wear makeup, no pants or nail polish, but now I still don't wear makeup, but I do get my nails done. All right. Now see, I wear makeup. I ain't gonna lie. I wear makeup a lot, you know, because that has nothing to do with modesty in terms of my covering my body. Women should cover their bodies. You were available. That's right, Silence. You already know. Oh my goodness. Hi, Monsieur. How are you? Yep, that's what that meant. You were available, and that's what it meant. Yes, available. Grab the soap. Ooh, Jesus. So that's what that was all about. But we do need to get back into um, revering God in such a way that shows respect to Him. And unfortunately, we've gotten far away from that. That's correct. I have Crystal. But in the same token, women shouldn't be provocative in what they wear. If you're being provocative, you're opening yourself to a lot of judgment, unfortunately. I know the Bible says, judge not lest ye be judged. But in the same token, you can't put yourself out there like that. People will, we're human. We're Christians. We're trying to be Christ-like, but we're not Christ, you know. But anyway, let me get back to the topic here. Uh Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Yes, Lord, come on. Okay. I'll be right back. You guys chat amongst yourself. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So, just a couple of little things, just for some housekeeping purposes. I want to say it now before I forget. I've been telling you guys for the last few days. Well, first off, let me just thank those of you that dropped in and hung out with me and Jess yesterday when we went live. We had a wonderful time. Oh, Charles, you're leaving. I'm so sorry to see you go. I'm so sorry to see you go. Well, you come back when you can, love. Bye bye, love. Bye, Charles. So, first off, I want to thank all of you that came by. And we had a good time listening to music and all that stuff. And we'll do it again. I'm not sure when, but we'll do it again. And hi, Holly. How are you? Good to see you, love. Um, Even though it's music and it demonetizes your video, if you go back in there and remove the music, uh, the video will then be monetized. Unfortunately, it does demonetize the video as it's being done. So sometimes we may go live and not play music, but then again, we can still play name that tune. Now that we had a good time with, and there's other things that we can play as far as you know, games and stuff like that. But again, I want to thank everybody that came out yesterday and hung out with us. We had a really good time. We were out there melting. We was in the shade and we were still melting like candle wax. But we still had a good time. We enjoyed all of you. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to uh, bring up something that I've been saying for the last few days. Um, that I have a young lady who will be coming in the very near future to share some of her spoken word. She is awesome. She's awesome. I'm not going to drop her name. I'm not going to tell y'all who she is, but I just want you guys to know that there is something very, very special coming down the pike for you guys. And I'm, I know without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to love it. So just stay tuned and just know that there's going to be more to Auntie Mickey's channel beside talking about Angie Stone and talking about my grandkids and my husband and all that stuff. There's going to be some very good content coming shortly, and uh, I would love for you guys to support this young lady. She's a wonderful person. I've talked to her several times, and she's really been a blessing to me, as well as she will be a blessing to you. So Holly says, "Yeah, you look like you were sunburned." Actually, I wasn't in the sun. I stayed out of the sun, Holly. But now I could use some more color. I could definitely use some more color. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Holly says, "Hey ladies, look like you were enjoying yourself yesterday. I hope you didn't let Jess drink too much." No, she didn't drink too much. Jess had a good time though. Yes, she did. And the kids had a good time. They went out in that swimming pool and had a ball. Hi, protected by God. How are you, love? I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, Jess did get extra dark and crispy. Well, she's not crispy. She's not crispy, not by a long shot. But she's golden now. Yes, she's dark. She's a brown girl. Yes, she is. Well, she was a brown girl anyway. Anyway. Hi, discerning eight. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, okay, love. Well, I'm glad to see you. It's good to see you, love. So, like I said, I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware that again, someone is coming down the pike very soon that you will be very pleased with. You will be very pleased with her talent, and I'm honored that she chose my platform to share it on. I'm very, very honored for that. So, um, if you're watching, love you, girl. I see you. Anyway, uh, back to the task at hand. I've been on this Jared Wilkinson kick, and I'm not as versed as I'd like to be in terms of looking up information. I do know how to use Google. Okay, everybody knows how to use Google. Um, but I did happen to come across some information that uh, may come into play. Let's Go Slot says, Auntie, I sure would like to borrow your black hat for my family reunion this weekend as we do boots on the ground. The black one from my profile picture. I got a couple of them. That one's black with a red under it, and then I got an all black one. I love them hats. Let's see. Holly says, do you come on at a set time? Because I seem to always miss it until the end. I come on at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, Holly. Yeah, that's the set time I come. I've been staying consistent with that time for, I think about a month, maybe two. Yeah, 5 o'clock though. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Central Time would be 2 hours later than that, which would be 7. Eastern Standard Time would be 8. So if you're on the East Coast, it would be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'm on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, you like hats too, huh? All right. Hi, Holly. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you, my love. So, as I was saying about Jared, Jared is the young man that was driving the 18 wheeler that hit the Sprinter van that Angie was in. And I've been wondering why we don't hear anything about him. We don't, we haven't heard an interview. I know I haven't. Let's Go Slots. I love that song. Make sure you get a fan so you can flip it out. That's right. Flip that bad boy out. So I'm just curious why he dipped out. What did he have to say? Was there any kind of interview done? I haven't heard anything from him. I even looked at the accident report. Doesn't tell me much about what his mindset was. Eye of Crystal, yes, he does. That's one of the things I found out. I feel so necessary. I actually found out some information today. Now, I don't want to dox the man by any means necessary. I do not want to dox him. Silent said it's like he's in a witness protection program or something. Well, that's what I would have thought, but I went somewhere. Good old Google. I found him. I found him. I can't give you his address. Oh, thank you, Silence. Thank you. I can't give you his address. I can't give you his phone number. I can't even tell you the name of his wife. Or maybe I could. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'd get in trouble. Or the two kids he has. But he does live in where is he at? Texas. He's in Skidmore. That's what it is. Skidmore. Skidmore, Texas. That's been common knowledge. Yeah, that would be strange. But wouldn't it be nice to talk to him? Get an idea of where his head is at in all this? Maybe even call while I'm on my live. What y'all think about that? Exactly, Eye of Crystal. It's worth a try. I can call the number I have, ask for him. Now, mind you, I'm still struggling with certain things. I mean, like paperwork is able to record calls and stuff like that, do it on lives and all that stuff. I don't know how to do all that, but I have an iPad and I could probably, I have a phone too. Just like we play the game. Remember, I play the music and I hold it up to the mic? Yeah. You might want to call Tyrone too, but you can't use my phone. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to do it off of the app on the phone. I tried, I couldn't get the thing to work. I did a test run. Me and Jess actually did a test run on recording our conversation, and it didn't work. So, but one monkey don't stop no show. If he asks me how did I get his number, I'll tell him because it's all over the internet, sir. And I did. I jotted down some questions, Tracy. See, that's why I call y'all my family because family helps family. Your family's supposed to give advice what you think they should do. Okay. So I've got a few questions right here, but we got to get past the person answering the phone. Okay. So I'm going to place that call right now. Let me pull it up. Just stand by just a second. Uh, okay. Now, it's taking me a minute, but just bear with me because this screen is awfully large. It's ironic that according to this information I have, he used to be at McCord Air Force Base. Or no, is it McCord Air Force Base or is it Fort Lewis? Yeah, Fort Lewis. Joint Base Lewis McCord. Yeah. Isn't that something, Jess? He was right up the street. See, there you can do just what you guys can do. Auntie is putting her private investigator skills to use. Oh, God. A talk show. Just say that you have a media show. Now I'm going to read some of these. Yeah, I have a media show that I do on YouTube. Yes, Jess, Washington State. He's not here now, but that's a past address. And I recall them saying that he used to be, or he was in the military. You're nervous, Holly? Me too. Get Christy Love. Oh my God, I remember that show, that movie. Okay, so, Lord help me, Lord help me, Lord help me. Where is that number at? I should have wrote it down. There's the address. Or maybe I did. I'm on the wrong page. Okay, that's not it. Why didn't I write this down? I thought it was on the screen. Hold tight. This might not happen. Uh, and it's not there either. Okay, this is really ticking me off because I had the phone number. Okay, hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Woo! Found it. I got too many notes. Alrighty then. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, thank you, Holly, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Let's see. Holly says, I don't know if you should say that because he might hang up on you. He's not going to want to be on any media. Oh, I don't see. Investigating the accident. I don't know if I'm that good of an actress. Hi, caught you. Hi, Deborah. Let's see. Hello, Urban. You have a press pass. Auntie, use Urban Media Productions Incorporated. I have a press pass. Okay. But see what? Oh, see, I'm mad. I'm scared I'll screw it up if I don't just be clear on who I am. Uh, okay. I'm not gonna act like I'm media. Okay. I'm just going to be forthright. I'm just going to tell him the truth. I'm a content creator on YouTube, and we've been talking about the Angie Stone case. And I was just wanting to know if you could recollect what you saw before you hit the Sprinter van. I don't want him to feel attacked. You know what I'm saying? Because looking at this report, yeah, that's what I'll do that, Tracy. Um, looking at this report, which is something we're going to talk about after the fact. Um, he did get drug tested or rug tested, but the results were not applicable. So that just means he didn't have anything in his system. Okay. So I don't want to attack the man. I just want his perspective on what he saw prior to hitting that vehicle. Because if this man tells me that there was a vehicle on the shoulder, because I want to know what lane he was traveling in. Can you? Yes. Thank you, caught you. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Let me drink some of this tea before I spill the tea. Now, it might be a possibility that he's no longer in Skidmore. That's a possibility. Ask if he was hurt and if he went to the hospital. According to the report, I don't think he did. But I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can find out. Pray for me. We're sorry, the number you have dialed has calling restrictions that have prevented the completion of your call. Announcement 19. We're sorry. Okay, so much for that. That was awful. That was awful. That number's no good. I tried. Ask if he can give his account of the accident. He's ghost. He ain't it. His phone calls are all calls are blocked. Yes. So this is what I can tell you about him without giving names, because we know his name. Hi, that's it, Queen. Okay, so Jared Wilkinson, his middle initial said S, but his middle name, Don says calling restriction. Does that mean unknown calls are blocked? I would imagine so. Yeah. So his full name is Jared Seth Wilkinson from Skidmore, Texas. He has a wife. I will not name her name. And he has two children. And being as though they're in their 30s, chances are that the children are very small. So, but I did find out that much. But you know what else I found out very interesting when I was looking at that report that we went over last time? That's a good idea, Holly. He could be on social media, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's not. And the reason I say that is because he don't want to be found. I don't think he wants to be found at all. So, but what I will do is I will pull up this accident report. Okay. Okay. Let me try this again. Here we go. Struggle streaming again. Cancel that. Okay. Oh, come on. I put it over here. Oh, wait, oh, wait. Okay, so. Come on, Jared. Okay. Move this over. And then move this over so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I present. Share screen. Window. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to make this as large as I possibly can. But there's something I want to point out. Let me put this down. Thank you, love. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to scroll up. This area right here, that's about the driver of the 18-wheeler. Okay? Of course, his name is redacted, his street address is redacted, driver's license redacted, city and state, zip is still there, telephone is redacted. All of this information is about the driver. Oh, thank you, Dad said Queen. We had fun. So this is what was interesting to me. They talked about the right here. It says the driver condition. Now these codes down here, they give you this thing that you have to go by in terms of a legend. Let me see if I can pull that up and at least look at it while I'm showing this to you. Actually, I can tell. I wrote it down too. Uh, the type of rug test. I can't say the real word on YouTube, but the type of test he was given is coded as 97. When I looked up 97, that meant not applicable. And let's see, that would be located. Driver condition, he was fine. Sobriety, officer opinion. Alcohol, no. Drugs, no. Type alcohol test given was 1. That stood for a blood test. So they tested him. That number 1 means blood test. And the alcohol test results were unknown. So they hadn't received any results back from that blood test. Then when we go to the rug test given, that's also a blood test. and the results to that were 99. But there is no 99. But what there is a 97, which is the same as the previous one, not applicable. But there was something else that I wanted to point out on here that really sparked my interest. On the legend, when they're talking about race, and this is where I'm going to exit out of this report because it's not here on the report. I want to show you this legend. Okay? Let me pull up the legend. And I'm going to go down to the legend about the driver. It's important you guys see what I'm talking about. These codes and stuff, they'll drive anybody crazy, to be truthful about it. There's 2 pages of the legend. And and it's really small, but I'm going to share it with you. Okay, do you guys see how tiny that is? I'm going to try to make it as big as I possibly can. But we're going to go to the driver's section. As far up as I can go for the driver. Okay, so this is the first line for the driver. I just thought this was curious. Why is it like this? So, these are all codes pertaining to testing, anything written in that report that requires a code of some kind. And it starts with the driver, alcohol test type 1, blood test, driver residence within 25 miles is 97, not applicable is 97. It's just, okay, so alcohol test means 1, blood test, alcohol blood test 1, alcohol test type 97, not applicable. These are codes pertaining to that. But this is what really got to me. Let's get to where the race is. I just thought this was really, really strange. I can't make this any bigger. Yeah, I can. I'm going to just do this. Let's see. You guys might see it before I do. Driver's license number, driver's license restriction, state code, license status, driver name, drug test. Let's move over a little bit and come down. Okay. Where is the part about race? There we go. Doesn't this look odd to you? In that particular town, Alabama, whatever. He's on Facebook, Jess? Oh my God. Hold on to that information because it said Fort Lewis, but it said previous. That was a previous address. Oh my God. See, they said that Skidmore address was current. Okay. On Messenger. Okay. Check this out. You see these codes for the driver race? 1 means white/Caucasian. The next line down for a driver, race 97, not applicable. So you mean to tell me that there's only 2 codes For race, white, Caucasian, but there's nothing for black, Hispanic, Asian, none of that. This doesn't even say everything but white. I mean, if you've got a code for white, Caucasian, shouldn't you have something specific to other races? Is it just me? It's just weird to me. But it just, once again, it plays into the narrative that they don't treat us the same. And when I say us, I'm not just saying black people. I'm saying everybody but white. I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, but this right here is weird to me. Race, one. The code for race is one. That means white Caucasian. So shouldn't the next one say race two, black, race three, Asian, race four, Hispanic? I mean, it's NA to him, not applicable. That's what it says. Race 97, not applicable. So race doesn't matter. Okay, okay, thank you. We haven't given an address, but I'm just pointing out this is really strange to me. Why they have this legend and all of these codes. What if the driver had been an African American? What would the code have been? Not applicable? They put the box he checked. But this is coming from their legend. Those codes on that report come from this legend here. 2B. I didn't see a 2B. Where's 2B? Well, they put his race as 1 because he was white. But it was just seeing this legend that it just, I was curious. Why would they have a legend that doesn't cover all ethnicities? Race 97, not applicable. That sounds real crazy to me. It's for black. Okay, so if it's for black, then why wouldn't they say that? I mean, they don't have a black code in here. I don't even see another race code. There's only 2 race codes for drivers. Black and, I mean, sorry, white and not applicable. If he was driving for CRST. I don't know. It's just the way they do this is different. I'm not sure, Dawn. Yeah, yeah. It's just very it's really weird to me. They've got a code for everything else, but when it comes down to race, they got 2 codes. White and not applicable. Isn't that something? White and not applicable. So, I'm just going to move this over in case I need to pull this up again. Uh, Again, I'll pull up the first page to that report, and then we can go to the next page if you like. Okay. Now, I'll make it larger. See, you can get an idea. I'll make this larger too. How's that look? Y'all see that? Look at all that. Sobriety officer opinion. Alcohol, no. Drugs, no. That's the opinion of the officer. Type of alcohol test given, 1, which means blood. Alcohol test results unknown. Type drug test given, once again, 1 for blood test. Drug test results. Under the legend it says 99, but there's no such code of 99 for this particular category. But however, there is a 97, which means not applicable. I didn't get a chance to go through all the rest of it with a fine-tooth comb, but the speed limit was 70 miles per hour in that area. I just want to know what he saw. I want to hear from his own mouth what he saw. Let me see if I can go to the next page. Now, these are the people that went to the hospital, according to this report. Now, the first report said something a little different. Okay, Auntie Mickey's house. I sent you an article to you. Apparently, that 18-wheeler has faced legal troubles and recalls for years. Oh, really? Is it the make and model of the 18-wheeler, Jess? Or is it the driver? And recalls, so yes, it would be the vehicle. Wow. So again, this here doesn't quite jive with the previous report that covered those that were in the Sprinter van. According to this, of course, the first one says taken to, not applicable, not applicable, medical facility, not applicable. It's safe to assume that that was Angie. Hi, Catherine Powell. But then we've got 1, 2, 3 other people that were also indicated on the first report, but there's some people missing from that first report on this report. Because according to that first report, it said everybody but Angie went to the hospital. But according to this report, 3 people went, and we have no idea who they are. We could play, there we have the unit number. That would mean the Sprinter van. So, well, it does let me know one thing. The driver of the 18-wheeler didn't go to the hospital. Now, that's not on this report. He didn't go. So we got seat position 4, 5, 6, and 7. They're all passengers. They all had on their safety seat belts. No airbags. Injury type was 1. What was that 1 for a passenger? I think it said not applicable. Then 3, 3, and 3 means minor injuries. Sex is 2, meaning female. So there was Angie and 1 female. One female went to the hospital and 2 males went to the hospital, according to this report. This one, here's another thing. If this is Angie, it said ejection 1, which means no. Hold up. Hold up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold-y-do. Hold-y-do, hold-y-do. Let me, y'all see what I see? It tells us the seat of the individual. This is weird because according to this, nobody was ejected. Didn't it? Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Let me pull this up again. I got to look at this for myself. What is the code for ejection? What does 1 mean? Oh, shoot. I just exited out of it. Okay. This is all about the driver. And then, see, I haven't had a chance to go through all this. Gender, uninjured occupants, victims. Okay, here we go. Victims. Under victims, that's what those are. Those are victims. If I'm too loud on this thing, Google dot codes, Auntie. Well, I have the codes right here in front of me, sweetheart. I just can't read them. They're so small. So I'm trying to zero in on one particular. Okay, 1 means K, fatal. Victims. Okay. So where is that legend at? Okay. Right here. Maybe if I make it a little bit smaller. See where it says sex right here? And right next to it, it says ejection. And all of these say 1. And as I recall, on the last report pertaining to the Sprinter van, 1 meant no ejection. Now there's a victim right here that closely resembles the same individual in the first report in the Sprinter van, that there was no name. It was taken to, not applicable. Taken by, not applicable. Medical facility, not applicable. All of that was Angie, because it was a female in the Sprinter van. All of these people, Unit 1 is the Sprinter van. These are their seat positions, this second row here. Occupant type meant 2 meant passenger. Safety equipment 98 meant their seat belts were on. Airbag number 1 code meant that they didn't have airbags back there with them. Injury type, this says 1, but it doesn't specify. Wait a minute, yes it did. It said 1 parentheses K. When I pulled 1 parentheses K up, it said fatal. Go back. It said fatal on that. It said fatal on that grid. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Okay. Victims. We need to find the victims. Okay, victims. Here we go. Starting right here. Victims. Uh-oh. This is driver. So this page covers victims. And I'm trying to get as big as I can on here. Okay, so victims from here on down, and then you go back up to the top. My bad. They don't have anything up there. Okay, so all of this from here to here are victims category. So age code is 8. That means 26 through 64. Victims airbag 1, not installed. Victims birth date code 0, not set. Victims ejection status 1, not ejected or trapped. Whew. According to this grid, this legend here, the code for ejection was 1 for those 4 individuals listed on this particular report. The report for the 18-wheeler. Now, I could see it saying 1 for the Sprinter van because she was still technically in the Sprinter van. But at some point in time, it said that she was ejected out of it and then pinned. Am I right? Or am I the only one that heard that? Injury type 1. Injury type 3. Well, injury type 1, K is fatal, but there was no K next to it. Let me go back. Let me look at what the injury type was for Angie. This is Angie up here. Right here. That's Angie. Injury type says 1, but there's nothing next to that 1. Injury type says 1, but there's nothing next to that. But according to this grid, I keep calling it a grid. It's not a grid, it's a legend. Everyone else had minor injuries. That's what 3 means. But this one person here had a injury type coded 1. When I look at the legend for victim, injury type 1. See that 1 right there? And right there it says K fatal. See victims injury type 3, B suspected minor injury. But they don't indicate that K. This one right here. They just say code 1. And the code for the definition of 1 is K, fatal. So yes, that would be Angie. However, Sean, you said she was pinned in the van. Daughter said Angie was in the van. That's correct. Hi, Faith. Okay, so let's go back to the narrative. Because I want to make sure that everything says what it's supposed to say. Let's pull up this narrative. Can y'all read that? Unit 1 was lying on its driver's side in the middle of the northbound lanes after being involved in a rollover crash. Unit 2 was traveling north on I-65 when it struck Unit 1 around the undercarriage near the front axle. This impact caused Unit 1 to rotate counterclockwise and come to rest as shown in the diagram. Okay, here's the diagram. This is the final resting place, apparently. This is where it hit. It hit him right here, and it swerved around. But now check this out. It goes on to further say, driver of Unit 1, meaning lethal, stated he was trying to pull passengers from the van as it was laying on its side when it was hit by Unit 2. Okay, make that make sense, please. If he was trying to pull passengers out of the van when the 18-wheeler hit it, wouldn't you think that there would be a lot more injury going on? I know he muscle bound and he big and strong, but you know what? You stand on a vehicle or be close to a vehicle that gets flipped into the air and spun around and you don't get no injury. Yeah, the truck is in front right now after he's hit the van. This right here. This is when he hit the van, it spun around and listen. I'll finish reading it. When Unit Number 2 struck Unit 1, the force lifted Unit 1 into the air, causing one of the passengers to exit the vehicle through a broken window. The passenger was pinned under Unit 1 and suffered fatal injuries during the crash. So, what do we believe? That no one was ejected? Or do we believe the narrative given here? I mean, this report basically contradicts itself. Right here in the narrative, I mean, this BS that Lethal said was just ridiculous. I'm sorry, Muscle Man. You ain't got it on like that. You ain't got it going on like that you can literally not get hurt when an 18-wheeler hits a vehicle that you're helping people out of when it gets hit. Thank you, Fonda. This report contradicts itself. It literally contradicts itself, not only with the narrative from the driver of the Sprinter van, not the vehicle, not the driver of the 18-wheeler, but the driver of Unit 1 is lethal. And it says, driver of Unit 1, we know who that is, stated he was trying to pull passengers from the van as it was laying on its side when it was hit by Unit 2. And that's very similar to what Pillsbury said, too. That's very similar to what Pillsbury said. She said she was helping a lady out of the van, and suddenly this wind or whatever, blew over her body and knocked her down, and she heard screaming. Leo said, Auntie Mickey, he shouldn't got hit and knocked down by the trailer. Thank you. Do you mean he should have got hit or shouldn't have gotten hit? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Just like Pillsbury said the same exact thing. She was helping someone, and this huge gust of wind just blew over me and knocked me down. That's so much poppycock. I don't know what these people think. People are stupid. But then this last one right here really got me. When Unit 2 struck Unit 1, meaning when the 18-wheeler struck that smaller van, that Sprinter van, the force was so big. He's traveling at 70 miles an hour, mind you. Right, Tracy. No blood. No one was ejected or pinned under the van. But it says that, according to the narrative, she was. It says when Unit 2 struck Unit 1, the force lifted Unit 1 into the air, meaning that truck hit that van so hard at 70 miles an hour, it made that bad boy fly up in the air, do a 180, causing one of the passengers to exit the vehicle. The force lifted Unit 1 into the air, causing one of the passengers to exit the vehicle through a broken window. The passenger was pinned under Unit 1, meaning the Sprinter van, and suffered fatal injuries during the crash. But back here, when you go back here, and you look at this coding for the victims, there is a specific code pertaining to ejection. Ejection status 1. Not ejected or trapped. Now let's go back to Angie right here. Everybody's ejection status is 1, not ejected. Let me blow it up for you. Everybody's ejection status right here. Ejection 1, 1, 1, 1. Nobody was ejected. Somebody lying. The coded said that no one was ejected. Faith. Dawn, you got me. I'm at the point now where I don't know who's telling what truth. Honestly, I do not understand. And first aid by. Let me see. Let's see what that one means. First aid by. I have a good idea of what it might be. These are just for the victims, not for the driver. Okay, I done forgot what I'm looking for. I done got too excited. First aid by. Okay. There's the airbag 1 not installed. Ejection status 1 not ejected. First aid provider 1 means paramedic slash EMT. First aid provider 1 means paramedic slash EMT. Okay, let's go back and see just who had ones under their name. Well, this says this person that deceased received first aid by the EMTs. Let me make sure I'm seeing this right. Yes, paramedic slash EMT. So everybody did get paramedic slash EMT aid from a first aid provider. Yeah. It's just this report is crazy. Medical facility transport. One says EMS ground. That would be code 2, EMS ground. 97 would say not applicable. So if we go back and see who took them. Medical facility. Okay, medical facility EMS ground. They were taken to Baptist South Hospital in Montgomery. These 3 individuals did. But that first one, they was gone. We know who that was. Absolutely. Yeah. They figured nobody would even pay attention. I agree. What is that investigation under uninjured? I'm sorry, what was that, hon? Auntie, what is that investigation under? Uninjured? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, sweetheart. Tracy, I don't know what you mean, sweetheart. First aid by EMTs, paramedics. Um, there's some people missing from this particular report that are on the previous report. They all went. Uninjured passengers. I didn't see. Okay, let me go that way. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, victims. Okay, uninjured. Okay, thank you. Thank you for picking that up for me. Uninjured occupants. They don't have any. Well, there's a. See, they don't even list all the occupants on here. They list 4. There were 5 people. I mean, I'm sorry, there were 9 people in that Sprinter van, and there's only 4 people on this report as being transported. But the first report said everybody was transported. The ledger under uninjured passengers. So I'm looking at uninjured occupants. There's the age code, the airbag, Uninjured occupant's birth date code, uninjured occupant's injection status, one meaning not ejected or trapped, uninjured occupant's gender, one male, uninjured occupant's occupant type, one driver. This is just too much. Safety equipment, two, shoulder and lap belt used. This is crazy. These two reports contradict each other. It really does. These two reports really do contradict each other. Way too sloppy. They got to do better than this. They got to do better than this. Maybe they should do a written report for those of us people that don't understand all these codes and whatnot. It's almost like playing a game. Can you find the right answer? Look at the grid. Well, if you can put out a narrative like you did, this narrative right here, and talk about what Lethal said. And the other thing I noticed is that they got the doggone 18-wheeler going down the middle of the road, right on the middle line, instead of in the lane. Had he been in his lane, he wouldn't have hit. Or who's to say that Pillsbury wasn't parked on the side of the road? That's why I want to talk to this guy. I want to talk to this guy and ask him, did you see a vehicle on the side of the road? Absolutely. It doesn't make sense. Point of impact right here under the undercarriage, right where the little hand is. Let me make that even bigger. They got this dude driving down the middle on the line. If he was in his lane, he would have went right by her. If that van wasn't, even if he was way out here, that vehicle had to be going down the middle lane as they specified. But now, if Pillsbury was on the side of the road and he tried to avoid hitting her and went around her like that and, tried to check, of course he's going to run into the van. That's a good question, Dawn. I don't know what lane he was in at this point. Looking at this diagram, he was going straight down. He was in both lanes. It just don't right. I mean, it just don't work. It just don't work for me. Yeah, which driver, Faith? Lethal or this dude? Yeah, Courtney, she's on the no contact list too. Again, they take care of their own. I tell you, they're their own hometown people. Because this don't make sense. Lethal had an expired license or suspended license, and he was allowed to walk away. He was allowed to go to the hospital. I just, and if this wasn't something nefarious on the part of anybody else, God, at least do your job. The sprinter started this, yes. And good vibes, you have a good point too. There's too many things that could have been more than this is just an accident. It may very well have been an accident, but first of all, who caused the accident? This is two accidents back to back, and it's the second accident that caused Angie's demise. And we need to know what caused that second accident, because this 18 wheeler, according to this diagram, is going straight down the middle of the road. Ain't they got a lane? That's why they call it a lane. Stay in your lane. Now I don't know what the whether or not they're supposed to be in the right or the left hand side, but if he was supposed to be in the left hand lane, I can see hitting. But even with that van, if this is precisely the way the van was, it would have hit more than that front part. It just don't make sense. And that narrative don't make sense either. And Lethal talking about he don't know what happened to 2 hours while in the drive. So you slept 2 hours while you were driving? You're absolutely right, Sheila. Vonda said Rumpelstiltskin went to sleep. What if it did happen in the first crash? You meaning her going out the window? See, that's where I have another problem. Uh, Police wasn't there to take a report right after it anyway. You see how late they got there? EMTs got there way before the police did. Police took 50 minutes, according to that first report. There's just too many things that dictate poor police work. And good vibes, I really do agree. She may be the responsible for Angie's death if she caused the second crash. If she was pulled over on the side of the road like that and she wasn't in a safe place on the side of the road, then that would make her the cause. Absolutely. But they use that excuse, oh, well, it's under investigation and we can't talk about it. Yeah, they're not talking. Ugh. Sad. It's really sad. Nothing surprises me anymore, protected by God. Nothing. And you know what really doesn't surprise me? Poor police work. Don't surprise me no more. It's not because they don't know how, it's that sometimes they don't want to. And I'm not saying all police officers, no, not all police officers are like this. But we got some officers out there that are just getting by to get by. For whatever reason, they do what they do. I believe that, LaWanda Jackson. Throw you off. But I'm glad that we were able to go through it, especially that second one with a fine-tooth comb, because there's just too many discrepancies that don't make sense, that further make it look. I'm trying to debunk badness, and I'm seeing more badness. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm not sure if that's privileged information, Tracy, but we can certainly call and see, because we do have both Both insurances listed. But if it's a police investigation that's ongoing, we're kind of stuck. That's a good question too, Dawn. Why can't they explain their report? That sure would help. Maybe that's the next phone call I'll make. Yeah, Dawn, you gave me an idea. I'll call the police department next tomorrow and see if anybody would like to come on and explain this report to us because we are clueless. Yes, absolutely, Faith. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shut this live down. I am not at liberty to discuss that, Sabria, because I don't know. I don't know a thing about a second autopsy. Fonda said, Auntie Mickey, this is not different. It's just like Sam, Otis, Aaliyah, Kobe, Michael, Prince, and the rest of our people. That's right. Always something different. Always something not right. But it's always explained away. And people getting tired of it. People are getting tired of it. For real. So, thank you, Millionaires Cove. Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe they are too, Catherine. You know what's going to be very telltaling is what are they going to do when during this Diddy trial the subject of police come up in terms of officers that were being paid by Diddy to arrange things. How they going to handle that? Absolutely protected by God. Absolutely. The right arm of slavery. But it's going to be very, you know what? You can't, trouble don't last always. And just because it seems as though they're getting away with something, whoever it is. Hi, L'Oreal. How are you, sweetheart? What will they do when their behavior and their involvement with P. Diddy comes up and they start talking about that in court? Because that's proven to be an issue, that he had many officers on the payroll. It's a possibility. I believe he did. That's why he was able to get away with so much for so long. Yep. But it's going to come out. It's going to come out. And it's going to shed a light on police all over the place. Time to get their act together. Especially down yonder. Down yonder. So, again, I want to thank everybody. I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody because I was indulged with this, trying to get this right. But you see the handwriting on the wall? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, silence. Rest in peace, Sly Stone. Rest in peace, Sly Stone. Sly and the Family Stone. Mm, mm, mm. Oh. Yes, they do, don't they? Them poles love that baby oil, don't they? Thank you, protected by God. I thank each and every one of you for helping me tonight. This is very overwhelming, and I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I thank you guys for your encouragement it gives me the unction to go further. So again, I thank you for your patience and for your direction. I ain't too proud to take direction. Trust me. I am not too proud to do that, because how am I going to learn anything if I don't listen? Absolutely, Faith. Them people in LA ain't playing. So, yes. So, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Anybody that donated a super chat or a super sticker, thank you so much. If I missed it, please charge it to my head, not my heart. I appreciate you for all being here. I love you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hi, Cora. How you doing, sweetheart? So, again, love you. Peace. God bless you.
Hey Mickey.